What's up, everyone? All right, so going to go over the trades from today. Only traded two stocks. Did not overtrade. Well, maybe you could say overtrade today. It's another really small green day. But what's a bummer about this is that I was in a nice spot on the day and I just gave it all back. I literally just gave it all back. So let me show you what happened. Let's go back to the beginning of the day. First trade of the day was on NA. Last trade of the day is on NA. I went from red, $2,700 on it, which was my first trade, to green, about 22,000 on it, and back to red. Ugh, that is disappointing. Okay, so what happened? Well, we started the day on it with some chop. I mean, honestly, I don't know why I traded as much as I did. And I got a good night's sleep last night, but I did have a lot of distractions today while I was trading, and that didn't help. Doesn't matter. Nonetheless, first trade on it this morning was going into 7 a.m. It would have been right around here, catching this, trying to catch the break through the high, and it dropped back down, stopped out, was down 2,700. Curls back up, got back in, got out for a $5,000 winner. Then it drops back down, comes back up, goes sideways, pulls away right here, and I ended up making, total up to $22,000 on it. Dips down, get back in up here, and I gave back $4,000 off the top right there. Sells off. Pulls back, comes back up right here, got back in there for the break through this pivot, gave back another $3,000. And then just got back in right here. Now, why did I get back in at the same price as before? I really thought it was going to break. And I thought that if it broke, we were going back to this level right here, $35 a share. I really thought it was going to break. And what I had kind of going for me on this was that we had this really nice surge up. And then right here, we had this nice little micro pullback right there. That was the micro pullback. Bought that, $30.60, added for the break of 31, goes up to 31.40, and then jackknife all the way down there to 28.40. And on that little drop right there, I lost $16,000 just about in one trade. And it happened, look how fast that candle dropped. So NA was not an A quality setup. I was trading it because it is the leading gainer on the day. It's the leading gainer in the entire market. So it is obvious, but it's not A quality for my preference. The price is a little higher. The float is a little higher. And the catalyst being tied in cryptocurrency didn't feel strong enough, and yet it did still make a big move. I guess you could say I overstayed my welcome on it. Obviously, we got some parabolic price action right here between 17.50 and 35, but then it kind of stalled out, and I was trying to predict the next leg higher. I already gave back a little off the top, but it was this drop here, it was this one here and this one here that sent me back to red on the stock. At the end of the day, today's still a small green day. And I can live with that. It would have been a lot nicer if I'd gotten really to sink my teeth into this and made my way up from 28,000 on the day to 38, 48, 58. And I just got chopped out and I ended up giving back the day. But remember that the day, based on the way I've been trading right now, was a cushion. And it was a cushion that I was using to take risk to try to take it to the next level. And this is the market where more often than not, that is paying off. And that's been the right move. Today, as it turned out, it was not the right move. But in total, over the last several weeks, over the last couple months, it's been the right move, 9 out of 10 times. So, it's kind of like the way I say with trading, easy come, easy go. As quick as I'm up $20,000, I could be back to break even. And if I keep going, I could be red $20K. And now I don't want to do that. What I would rather do is have a small green day like today where I said, I'm going to take some risk, I'm going to step up to the plate, but worst case scenario, it doesn't work, I walk away flat on the day, or maybe still with a little bit of profit, which is more than I had a couple hours ago. And so that's where I sit right now, with a little more than I had a few hours ago, and ready to come back in first thing tomorrow morning, and if we see some good opportunities, maybe we'll see some better price action than we saw today. Yesterday was kind of similar to today. We didn't have a lot that was moving. It was choppy. The thing with yesterday, was that we ended up having a lot of momentum on low price stocks, right? We had these penny stocks that were squeezing up. Now, that's not typically the type of stuff that I do well on. So this, although is a little more expensive, you've seen me trading stocks in this price range quite a bit. The problem is it started expensive. I mean, it started at like $17, $18, $19 a share, pretty much. I mean, this moved down here. By the time I was pulling it up, it was already a little expensive. A little expensive with a float that's a little higher, And by the way, did I say it's a company that operates out of China? Yes, it has a US address, but they operate out of China. So, it's a little roll of the dice with these. As with anything else, it's not gambling, but it's educated. It's an educated guess, and I had educated intuition on it, and I was right to a certain extent. And obviously, I was also wrong. And the net is that I'm down $3,700 on it. But you know what? I sure am glad I cut my loss where I did, because if I was still holding, well, geez, this would be a big red day. So you got to know, when to throw in the towel, when to accept defeat, and I suppose I probably could have called it a little earlier after this rejection right here. So the thing was, I was watching right here to get back in off this dip, and the phone rang, and I answered it because it was important. It's about scheduling the new flight to Europe. And so I take this phone call, and I missed this pop right here. So that gave me a little FOMO because I didn't take that trade, but I was right. God dang it. And there's the phone again. Hello? Hi. I'm okay. How are you? Okay, great. Okay, we'll grab it in just a minute. Thank you. Bye. So, this is what I'm dealing with. So anyways, so I ended up having the right idea, and it would have made money on it, but I got distracted. Then it drops back down. So I kind of had that FOMO. I was like, I had the right idea. I would have been up $2 a share. Okay, I think I've got the right idea again. It's going to break through this level and squeeze to a halt up. And just as it turned out, I was wrong on that second idea, which is very annoying. So I was right on the one that I didn't execute on, and I was wrong on the one I did execute on. Oh, well. Hang on. Hey, love. So in any case, I just feel like I'm just kind of, I'm on a day where, I'm still traveling and, whatever. So at the end of the day, I've got a little bit more in my pocket than I started the morning with. Hopefully tomorrow, I'll be settled in a little bit better, and that'll be nice. And look, if we have a stock that's stronger, then at the end of the day, it's fine. I mean, the reality is, regardless of distractions and travel, this stock wasn't clean. We got one clean move on it, which I traded, and then it got choppy. And so, when that's the case, you just kind of have to give up on it and wait for the next one. And that's the good news. There's always another one around the corner, right? I mean, that's what we know about momentum trading. So if you miss one stock, try not to get too bent out of shape about it. Just take a breath, come back, and get the next one. So that's what I'm going to do. Today, basically a small green day. Yesterday, basically a small green day. But better green than red. And when we have the next one that pops up and holds, and it's sort of within my price range that I like, then that's when I'm going to step up to the plate, get aggressive, and hopefully lock up some really nice gains. So yeah, I'm a little bit behind on my weekly goal here. But it's, like I said before, there's really nothing I can do if there's not really good quality stocks, right? So how much I make is a little bit out of my control. If there's good quality stocks in front of me, I'm going to trade aggressively. I'll do great. And if there's not, then I've just got to be patient. So right now, it's a time to be patient, take a breath, wait for those better quality setups to come along. IN here, this one, I see some traders jumping on it. It's got no news, right? So what's the catalyst? I don't know. Daily chart squeezing a little higher. How much is it really going to go up? Now, luck of the draw, I'm not going to trade it. It's going to go to like $50 a share. But I just don't expect that. That would be very atypical. So, when you're trading, you have to work within more or less the price action, that for you is predictable. This stock halted up, had a big sell-off yesterday. Now it halts up today. Well, what can you do with this? It's just too thinly traded. It's almost the illusion of hotness, the illusion of momentum, because you can't really make money. I mean, how much volume does it have today? Like a couple 100,000 shares. So, yeah, we just got to wait for better opportunities. And I think, with everything that's going on in the Middle East, that's certainly creating a bit of, well, it's kind of interesting because it's, now oil is going back down in price because of the ceasefire deal that started. So like that, we did have some momentum in some small cap energy companies, but that's going to be dead because of that ceasefire, which is good. But that volatility is dead. So now we've got to kind of wait for the next theme to come in. All right, so that's where I sit today. That's my roller coaster of a day, and I'll be back at it bright and early tomorrow morning. So I'll see you guys then. Those of you guys who are Warrior Pro members, I'll see you guys streaming right around 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, reminder as always, trading is risky. Easy come, easy go. So manage your risk, take it slow, and I'll see you in the morning.